because I was just like, whoa.
Okay, give me your Walter Payton story.
Oh, jeez. So, Walter Payton, I mean, I love all the Bear players, but he was my absolute favorite. Absolute favorite. And so my father was involved with Boy Scouts. And Walter was going to be the guest speaker, but he wasn't coming for dinner. Well, my mom and I, my dad was the one who did all this stuff, but my mom and I were the ones that set everything up, and my dad just came and said, oh, isn't this wonderful? So all the people came, they started to eat dinner. I wasn't going to eat dinner, I was just waiting to see Walter Payton. He's not coming, he's not coming, he's not coming, and everybody's saying, oh, come in, and I was just like, no, and then I'm thinking, I'm just going to leave. So as I'm walking out was at a hotel in Arlington Heights, and as I'm walking out the hotel, I look over in the game room, and here's Walter Payton, the only one in the game room, playing a game. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is perfect. But I don't want to be like that person who's going to bother him. So I walk past, and I'm thinking, what should I do? So I turn around, I walk back in, and so I go in the game room. And so right behind him was some game. I have no idea what it was. And so, but it had a screen that was tilted, and I could see in the screen, I could watch Walter Payton playing. So all you hear is me putting money in, getting blown up, putting money in, getting blown up. And he turns around and he says, did you want to come watch me play my game? I said, actually, that would be wonderful. We must have talked for well over half an hour. The nicest guy ever. And he says, and so I'm saying, oh my God. I said, you have to speak. I said, my dad's running this thing, and if he finds out that you're late because you're talking to me, we're both going to be in trouble. But never asked for an autograph, never did anything. The sweetest, nicest guy ever.
You remember what he spoke about that day?
Oh, we talked about everything.
No.
He was talking to the all the Eagle Scouts for the whole council. Once a year, all the boys that made Eagle Scout, they have an Eagle Scout recognition dinner, and he was the guest speaker that was talking about, persistence and achieving things. So it was wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
Well, when USF, University of Florida, got ready to kick off their football team, they hadn't had football in the history of the school.
Oh my!
And Leroy Selman had called me a couple of times, and he was the athletic director. And he said, "Man, I've been calling Walter, and Walter has never called me back. Can you give him a call?" So I ended up calling Walter, and he picked up the phone. He didn't pick up the phone. His secretary picked up the phone. And he said, "Are you the Tyrone Keys that used to come by Studebaker's, the tall, slender guy with the goatee?"
Yeah.
And he said, "I just used to follow you around all night long." And he said, "I just been thinking about you since you left the Bears." And I said, "Walt, is this you?" He said, "I got you, didn't I?" Do a lot of pranks.
Oh yeah.
And we'd be sitting in the meeting room, and firecrackers would go off.
Oh gosh.
And I never forget this one day. He had a Vago, one of Vagos. He would take up the Platteville.
Oh yeah.
And I stopped by one day, and right before practice, and then there was a guy who had a big afro that was ahead of us, and Walter had a BB gun. He said, "Watch me shoot through his hair."
Oh my God.
I said, "Really?"
Oh my God.
And he shot through the guy's hair.
Oh jeez. That's crazy. That's a guy that really.
And so, man, he was just a lot of fun, and I would tell you what. So getting back to his speech that he did that night, when they called him up, everybody was looking for Walter. Right. And the room was packed because it's their first fundraiser to kick off football. And he comes out through the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason that he said he came out through the kitchen because he said, I got $100 if any of you guys can name one of my offensive linemen.
Oh.
And he said, the guys who prepared the meal,
Right.
they're like the offensive line.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
the night wouldn't take place without those guys.
Right. Absolutely.
And he said, my offensive line, I wouldn't be who I was if those guys didn't block for me.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect.
And so when I was hearing those stories about Mrs McCaskey and her being a servant leader,
Right.
Walter was like that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's what makes the Bears so special.
Oh my gosh.
And the thing with me is I never forget when I was 10 years of age and I watched Brian's song.
Oh my gosh.
And man,
love that.
I cried.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
said, I got to get there. I'm going to play football.
Yeah.
And my whole focus was to play for the Bears.
Wow.
And then when I get here,
amazing.
Walter was here. And,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And it was like a dream come true.
Next is Virginia McCaskey.
After Brian Piccolo died, my husband Ed and I promised ourselves that we wouldn't be so personally involved with any of the players. And we were able to follow that resolve until Walter Payton came into our lives. And you all know what a difference he's made for all of us, for the Chicago Bears, for the National Football League. I was trying to think of words that mean Walter Payton to me, and the first one that comes to mind is excellence. I think the second one is class. And the third one is fun. Because that was a big part of everyone's contact with Walter in one way or another.
Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, Super Bowl, and I never forget. We were not going to do the Super Bowl shuffle because
right.
we felt like it would have been
Right.
just too out
Right,
there, too
right.
much bragging.
Well, yeah, because
But-
the season hadn't ended,
It was the
and
12th game of the year,
right.
and we lost to the Dolphins.
Yep. Yep.
And Walter walked down through the
And
through
then
the aisles of the airplane when we were flying back. He said, "We're going to pull the trigger on the Super Bowl shuffle. We're going to just let the
good.
world know
Yep.
because we had just gotten
Yep.
beat and gotten really embarrassed,
Right.
losing 38-21
Yep.
by Miami, and we met in the studio that next morning,
Oh my gosh.
and we did it.
We are the Bears.
And then
shuffling
we
through.
did it.
Shuffle it on down.
And here we are.
Doing it for you.
That helped out so many
People. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and that was a key
And
point.
it said,
that was a key
We're
point.
not doing to.
We're not doing it because we're greedy.
We're just doing it to feed the needy.
So that's it.
See?
See,
We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone. We're not here to start no trouble, we're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
Well, they call me sweetness, and I like to dance. Running the ball is like making more mans. We had the goal since training camp to give Chicago a Super Bowl champ. And we're not doing this because we're greedy. The Bears are doing it to feed the needy. We didn't come here to look for trouble. We just come here to do the Super Bowl shot.
This is Speedy Willie, and I'm world class. I like running, but I love to get the pass. I practice all day and dance all night. I gotta get ready for the Sunday fight. Now, I'm as smooth as a chocolate swirl. I dance a little funky, so watch me, girl. There's no one here that does it like me. My Super Bowl shuffle will set you free.
I'm Samurai Mike, I stop 'em cold. part of the defense, big and bold. I've been jamming for quite a while, doing what's right and setting the style. Give me a chance, I'll rock you good. Nobody messing in my neighborhood. I didn't come here looking for trouble. I just came to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
We are the Bears Shuffling Crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone. We're not here to start no trouble, we're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
I'm the punky QB known as McMahon. When I hit the turf, I've got no plan. I just throw my body all over the field. I can't dance, but I can throw the field. I motivate the cats I like to tease. I play so cool, I aim to please. That's why you all got here on the double to catch me doing the Super Bowl shuffle.
I'm mama's boy Otis, wanna be kind. The ladies all love me for my body and my mind. I'm slick on the floor as I can be, but ain't no sucker gonna get past me. Some guys are jealous of my style and class. That's why some end up on that. I didn't come here looking for trouble. I'm just getting down to the Super Bowl shuffle.
They say Jimbo is our man. If Jimmy can't do it, I sure can. This is Steve, and it's no wonder. I run like lightning, pass like thunder. So bring on Atlanta, bring on Dallas. This is for Mike and Papa Bear Hallis.
Down the road, right across the street from here. So I said to Walter, the place was packed, and it was a snowy, bad winter day. And the friends I was supposed to go with all said the weather's bad, we're not going. Well, my mom knew that I really wanted to go. So my mom said, I'll go with you to the bar to see Walter. So when we get there, the place is packed. And there was one table and it had 2 seats at the end. So my mom, who is not a wallflower at all, goes up to these guys we don't even know and says, hey guys, this is your lucky day. You're going to have 2 women sitting with you. So they said, yeah, go ahead, sit down. So we sit down, and there were booths along the way here. And so Walter came out of the kitchen, and he came and he sat in one of the booths. And he's looking around and he's waving. And I'm like, who's he waving at? Well, he was waving at me. After after he spoke, he signed things. So I took something to have him sign. And he was signing, and he looked up and he saw me, and he said, I know you. We've met before. And he said, but I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. I said, well, I remember your name. So I introduced him. He goes, the game room, right? And I said, yep. And this was years later. And I'm thinking to myself, Walter Payton's apologizing because he doesn't remember my name? Are you kidding me? So afterwards, he left or whatever. And so my mom's like, let's go because the weather's bad. So we go, and we were parked in the back. Well, and it was freezing cold out. And so when we were coming out, here comes Walter and some of his guys out of the kitchen door in the back. And so my mom said, oh, let's get a picture with him. And I said, Mom, don't bother him. But he must have heard, and he said, do you want a picture? And my mom, of course, said, oh, yeah, I want a picture. So the 2 of them go close, to get next to each other to take the picture. And my mom says to Walter Payton, she says, you're lucky that you're my favorite player because I wouldn't freeze my dupa off for anybody else around here. And she says, that's Polish and you don't know what that means. And he takes my mom's face and he turns it so they're like nose to nose. And he goes, Oh, yes, I do, Mama.
To do that speaking engagements to help kick off University of South Florida's football team. He and I rode around afterwards. We spent a couple hours just riding in a limo. He actually wanted me to fly back to Chicago in his private jet, and they were going to fly me back. Had I known that was going to be my last time seeing them, I probably would have, you know, because a year later he had passed. But one of the things that he shared that night, he said, homeboy, because we were from the same hometown, he said, yeah, you know, a lot of people will come up to me and they want to console me because I didn't get a chance to score in the Super Bowl. And he said, but I get a chance to console them and let them know it's all right.
Wow.
But he said, had I scored, I would have never met these people.
Right.
We would have never had that conversation.
Yep, exactly.
And he was just sharing that sometime in life, things that you want are not going to actually happen right then and there.
Right.
And
it's
so,
God's plan, not your plan.
God's plan. And so years later, what was a disappointing time for him, not scoring the touchdown. And now, 2 days before the Super Bowl, every year, he has center stage, not for him, but in his honor. In last Super Bowl, they brought all of these guys out from every team. And that has been going on now for 20 years.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And I like that. And Brittany are there, and Connie, Mrs. Payton is, you know, there, but the kids are there, and it's just wonderful.
Yes,
absolutely wonderful.
He's now larger than life.
And they have the patch on their uniform. There's a patch that they have on their uniform if they're if they won the award.
Oh yeah. Hey sir, come here for a minute. I'm gonna have him take a picture of us.
The Walter Payton Man of the Year Award celebrates the philanthropic spirit of its legendary namesake, recognizing players who excel in community service.
It's made me a better person, it made me a better man, knowing that I can influence the community and the kids in the community. I just don't know any other way.
It is the game's highest honor, and each team's nominee has made a lasting impact on communities who need it most. Countless hours of volunteer and charity work.
It's about, you know, wrapping your arms around a community and wrapping your arms around kids and be able to put them on a path and a trajectory that hopefully will benefit their life in the future.
Oh yeah. It means a lot, you know, to me, and it's important to me to be able to use my platform to make the community better.
Listen, I put future wide receiver on there. You got to stick with it now.
The Buffalo community has made me into a different person. They've helped me, you know, just realize the effect that I can have on lives.
Their efforts include advocating for personal causes and inspiring action to support them.
It's just such a cool feeling and just such a blessing for me to be able to help them and get them through whatever times they're going through.
It's about living for something bigger than yourself, and it's about helping those who need help.
We want to provide a space that really gives them every opportunity to be great.
I'm very thankful, man, that this city is taking me in with open arms. Having a positive impact here on the community is very important.
It's not about getting the spotlight. That's not it for me. Like, I want to make change.
Some of you guys are in foster care, been adopted just like me.
That impact, those are the moments that I think mean the most.
I want to fight for those who are struggling. I want to fight for those who are oppressed. That is just kind of who I've come to be.
To be a light in the community, and that's my goal.
Each team's nominee has worked to transform their communities in a positive way, changing lives in the process.
You get so much support. To be able to come out and give back, it's pretty cool.
To say that, you know, I made people's lives better, especially the youth.
I got each and every one of you guys a gift card. You like the Grinch?
Any way I can be an inspiration, smile, to give these kids, you know, it's a great feeling.
That's what inspiration is pretty much all about, to something that inspires you inward
so that you can achieve something out.
It's awesome because never been able to be in this position, but being there where I'm at now, being able to give back is what I'm here for.
It's just important kids know that, I was walking those same streets and they can make it and have opportunity.
If you give without the expectations of anything being returned, that can change and alter a kid's trajectory.
At this year's NFL Honors Ceremony, one of these distinguished nominees will earn the ultimate recognition as the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year.
You are looking at Soldier Field in Chicago, where the Bears square off against the New Orleans Saints. And all the focus is on this man, Walter Payton. He needs just 67 yards to break Jim Brown's all-time career rushing record.
Walter Payton returns to the field for the start of the second half at Soldier Field in Chicago. He needs just 3 more yards to break the record. He rolled up 64 yards in the first half as the Bears took a 13-7 lead over New Orleans. Kobach and Whitney Paul. He needs 2 more yards. And there's Mama and his wife, Connie, his son, Jarrett, in anticipation. 2nd and 9. Payton. He's got it.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Walter Payton has just set a new National Football League career rushing record.
To throw it here. Mayfield throwing. Evans. He's got it! He ties it! Jerry Rice has company! This whole crowd knew it too, and that'll do it. Evans, 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons. He ties Jerry Rice.
You are looking at Soldier Field in Chicago, where the Bears square off against the New Orleans Saints. And all the focus is on this man, Walter Payton. He needs just 67 yards to break Jim Brown's all-time career rushing record.
Walter Payton returns to the field for the start of the second half at Soldier Field in Chicago. He needs just 3 more yards to break the record. He rolled up 64 yards in the first half as the Bears took a 13-7 lead over New Orleans. Kobach and Whitney Paul. He needs 2 more yards. And there's Mama and his wife, Connie, his son, Jarrett, in anticipation. 2nd and 9. Payton. He's got it.
National Football League career rushing record. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Walter Payton has just set a new National Football League career rushing record.
What's going on, bro?
Just want to say congratulations, man, on being the Bucks nominee for Walter Payton Man of the Year. You are obviously a pillar in this community, a pillar in this organization. Your impact in the community, right, it goes unmatched. You've impacted so many lives, so many children, so many people that have been impacted by domestic violence. Just truly, truly a man of the people. Can't thank you enough for all that you've done for me. I think for being a great model for me of what a pro is. You know, we're one of the greatest duos of all time, and that's nothing to be slept on. You know, we're etched in history, and it's been an honor of mine to be your running mate, to get to see this up close and personal in what's been a Hall of Fame career. So once again, congratulations, my brother. Much love, and congrats on being the Walter Payton nominee for the Bucks.
It's a great honor. I've always been honored. I feel like I was called by God to help others. I mean, he's blessed me so much, and it's just been instilled in me, just watching my family, my mom, you know, people in my city of Galveston, how we all just took care of each other. And I've always wanted to be able to give back and you know, pay it forward. And you know, I thank God that, you know, I have this platform and I've been able to do what I've done.